Hello everybody, here I am on the street homeless. It's very hard for me, because I'm actually 15, almost 55 years old. I'm 54 years old. And I'm very ill. What am I running on there for? I'm very ill. And I'm on the street being raped every day. I fucking hate men violating my body. I fucking hate it. Imagine being raped unconscious all the time by complete strangers, and different races, white, Asian, all some dirty old crabble out, stinking, dirty, nasty, ugly dog them. I crawl on your body and put their injecting their penis inside you and coming inside you, raw back, bareback, and you don't even know you're unconscious. So this is what I've been going through for a long time, and it's the crackers. They're evil. Because remember, Minister Louis Farrakhan says, every time you have sex with a man, he leaves his DNA inside the woman's womb. You see? All these things, they leave a piece of their soul, their spirit, their bad, evil spirit, through their DNA inside your womb, which will affect your spirit, your aura, because some of these people, they are dirty, nasty dog, and you must never sleep around with different men. You must always as a woman, stick to one man. You see, and they know I never sleep around. I'm not promiscuous. I do not do it. So they rape me unconscious instead, because they know I would never cooperate and never do those things. I'm not Cassie. Cassie is a nasty, dirty sketal. Them girl, them are nasty. They're up for anything. Anyway, P.Diddy is in this situation because the thief, the burglar, came into his home. His home, he is the homeowner. And him catch the burglar and the thief, and him give a 2 blood clot lick in her backside. So guess what? He had to apologize publicly to the thief and the burglar, and on top of that, pay the burglar and the thief compensation. Now, if you remember what Dr. Khalid Abdul Mohammed said, Dr. Khalid Abdul Mohammed said the same thing. He said South Africa, Zimbabwe, Haiti had to turn around and apologize to the thieves, the home invaders, the burglars, the rapists, the pedophiles, the murderers, and then pay them compensation. So Zimbabwe have to pay, I don't know if how many of you know, but the British farmers won their case after fighting it for decades. I think about a decade or more. They won their case. So Zimbabwe have to pay them billions or trillions of pounds in compensation for their loss of their their profit and their so-called farms, the British in Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe had to apologize to them publicly, and not only the embarrassment of having to apologize to your burglar and your thief because you catch him in your yard and you give him 2 clap in his backside, they have to turn around and pay them compensation. South Africa, the same thing. The burglars, the thieves, the home invaders, the rapists, the murderers, the pedophiles came into their home in South Africa. And South Africa are the ones that have to turn around and apologize and pay them compensation. And then Haiti, again, they had to apologize to France for the privilege of being raped, kidnapped, tortured, beaten, starved, raped, murdered, robbed. Haiti had to turn around and apologize and pay France billions of dollars and pounds in compensation, trillions that they don't have. So that will take the next 500 years to pay off. You see me? Or maybe it would take forever. And that's what P.Diddy had to do with Cassie. She is a little dirty skettle and a dirty thief. She came there with a pre-planned, premeditated intention to rob P.Diddy of his wealth and his riches. That, whether you like it or not, P.Diddy worked hard for that. Because those money, even if you're part of a secret society, it still doesn't come like that easy. He still worked hard for it because he's intelligent and he worked hard and he made a commitment and dedication, you know, to hard working ethic, and he built up his little empire there. You know what I mean? Through hard work, whether you like it or not, he did it through hard work and business acumen, good business acumen. And what happened? The dirty skettle plan and premeditate. Say it was planned from a long time. Cassie didn't just come there and say she loved P.Diddy and she's the angel from heaven. It's not true. It was pre-planned. This is a dirty, nasty, little 18, 19-year-old girl who's going out with a big old man. Let's face it. Diddy is a lot bigger and older than her. He's a big old man to her. She has some little nasty skittle girl where marry old men. Let's face it, we have to be honest. Young girls like that only marry older men, a lot older than themselves, because the man has a lot of money. We all know that. That is the oldest trick in the book. Isn't it, my sister? Young girls 18 marrying old men. They're married for the money. And Cassie married P.Diddy for the money. He did sound like he loved her. I don't know the story. I wasn't there. But he sounded like he really loved her genuinely. But she was never loving him. Because look at the dirty man where she take up now and married with her two picnic. Remember, she never gave Diddy no kids that I know of. She didn't give Diddy any kids that I know of. The two picnic where she have is to the white man where she married after Diddy. Now, what a contrast. How can you go from P.Diddy, you know what I mean, like a typical black man, to some KKK? That means you would never love that black man in the first place. You were just after his money. There was a plan in place. There was an agenda. There was a mission. You see me? And most of them young girls that marry older men who are rich, they were after his money. Do you remember that guy? I can't remember which one. Not Murdoch. I always get mixed up with Murdoch, the media mogul. The next one, what's his name? He adopted a Chinese girl when she was a baby. And then when she reached 16 or 17 or 18, he turned around and married her. And he's married to her now. And he's like 100 years older than her. He's a real old crinkle up and wrinkle. And she married this dirty old crinkle up old white man. And she's a very, very young girl, very pretty. Why do you think she's... And he's a stepfather. He adopted her as his child. And she married him. Because they know them are dirty, nasty skettle. Stop dreaming about, oh, these poor young girls. Rubbish. That's your stepfather. Why would you marry a crinkled up old man 100 years older than you, and he actually adopted you and brought you up as his father, as his daughter? Because they know exactly what they're doing. Maria Karim, I heard that she married one of them big time film music producer and their record boss. When she was 16 or something like that, she gave her virginity as like a contract. So they know what they're doing at that age. You go like they're stupid. Remember, it wasn't very long ago, women got married. They were classed as women by the time you were 14 years old. You were married with children at 14. You knew what you was doing. So you go on like this little girl, them are play with Barbie doll. They're not playing with fucking Barbie doll. Them are so cocky. You know what I mean? When you think they say they're gonna them friend house, they run a boy house or man house or suck them cocky. They're not playing with Barbie. So you know what I mean? And it's been like that for a long time. You go on like it's a new thing. You know what I mean? When I'm 54 and I'm round about I'm P.Diddy's age group, and the girls, many girls my age were pregnant at 30. Some were even pregnant at 12, 11 and 12. Most of them were pregnant by 11, 12, 13, and they had kids at that age. So you know, like a new thing. You know what I mean? It was normal, you know. So he had to turn around and apologize to his burglar and his thief, who he caught burgling his home. Hello, my darling.
How's it going, woman? So how's it going, my woman? How's it going? How's things for you?
Yeah, so I'm just talking about the thing there. Say hello.
Hello, my name's Peter.
Hello, his name is Peter.
I'm also homeless.
So anyway, you know what I'm telling them?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm telling them about P. Diddy. So
Yes.
basically, he had to, they were saying, some comments were saying Tupac is better or something than P. Diddy, and they glad Tupac
Back
is...
in the day, back in the day.
No, I personally, I prefer P. Diddy because...
Hey, Johnny, Pop Daddy.
Because he apologized to Cassie. He apologized and he paid a compensation straight away. He agreed to pay her.
I know.
Tupac is a nasty little... He doesn't have no remorse, Tupac.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, don't worry.
You know,
get one of them sophisticated
Tupac...
Pardon, carry on.
No problem.
Yeah,
Tupac fucked the young girl in her batty hole, and then he raped that girl and fucked her in her batty. That was a big case. Right. And then he denied it. He fucking denied it even till his fucking grave. And then he had no remorse for the girl. He had no remorse, and then he let all his friends have a turn after he fucking hold her down and rape her and fuck her in her ass.
Where was that? Where was that?
That's what Tupac.
Yeah, but
I don't like Tupac. I just don't like him.
He passed away. He's gone.
I don't give a fuck. I still don't like him. But he passed away.
He's made history. He's made history.
But I don't like him.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who I like.
Go on.
I like Bigger.
Nice. He was a decent guy. Biggie was a nice guy, actually. I heard it was a very nice, decent guy.
I only know one or two of his tracks, Biggie. Yeah.
Huh?
I only know one or two of his tracks. Right.
He was good.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know his tracks.
I gotta run there.
I can't remember. But he was good, Biggie. Biggie was talented.
So, but they were all together though. Before.
Yeah, I know they were all together, but I'm saying, me personally, I don't like Tupac, and Primark was selling Tupac's t-shirts a couple of months ago. They were selling Tupac's t-shirts.
Really?
Yeah, and that's promoting violence against women, because Tupac was very violent against women. He held that woman down, that young girl, that black girl, and fucked her in her ass quite violently. He was a violent motherfucker. I don't like Tupac. He had a very negligent attitude. He was very negligent. He didn't give a fuck. Very, very. And I used to go out with a guy just like Tupac, and he looked like Tupac. And he died a couple of years ago. Last year, I think he was run over and killed. I'll give you a cigarette. He was run over and killed, this guy called Andre Lee, that I used to go out with back in the days. And Andre Lee was really a nasty piece of motherfucker. He was very heartless, very negligent. He took the most liberties with me. And then he was moving with a BNP. He was good looking, the Andre, just like Tupac. And he had a gangster attitude. But P. Diddy is a good father figure. He's very good with his kids. Tupac was not like that. Tupac would never stay at home and look after his kids. P. Diddy looks after his fucking motherfucking kids. Look how beautiful his kids are. He's a good father. Tupac is not like that. He will fuck women and breed them and don't look after his kids. He's very negligent.
Baby, I need to go.
I'm giving it. Let me get it. Let me get the cigarette. Let me get the cigarette. Hurry up. Let me get it. Calm down. Calm down.
I love the bottom pocket.
You okay? Tupac is full of shit, man. I don't like Tupac.
These guys is like, we don't know. You never know. You never know. You never know.
P.Diddy is a family man.
P.Diddy is.
He's a family man. He loves his kids. He loves family. He loves home life. He's intelligent. He's a good businessman. Tupac wasn't a businessman. Tupac don't even know how to make $10. Tupac don't even know how. The only good thing about Tupac was his mother. She fought. You remember she was part of the new Black Panther or the Black Panthers, and she went to court and she won a case because she represented herself. And he got fame off of his mother's back. He never contributed nothing really. He was just a fucking wookless dog that go around with his gangster attitude and feel say I'm a bad man. I didn't like Tupac. I don't like him. I just don't like him. He reminds me too much of Andre Lee. And Andre Lee get a lot of credit, you know, when he was alive because he had a very gangster attitude. But really, he was working with the BNP, Andre.
Yeah, but Tupac
Andre was working with the BNP from 1987, 89. He's a sellout. And I believe Tupac was a sellout too. Yeah, I don't like Tupac at all. I don't like him. I just don't like that man at all. And but I rate P.Diddy. You know what I mean? I rate P.Diddy. I don't rate Tupac.
You went top the pops.
You know what I mean? Tupac is a load of shit. And so anyway, when Cassie put in that claim, P.Diddy turned around and apologized publicly. Did he know? He apologized in public to her for beating her up in the corridor, and he agreed to pay her millions and millions and millions of pounds. Tupac would never do that. He would kill her, he would kick her in her pussy. Tupac would have kicked her in her pussy and say, hey, dirty girl, move, man. You know, get the money. Tupac would have gone to prison and said, no, man, I'm going to prison. Fuck you, you're not getting a penny. I'll do the bird. You know, there's some man there, some man will turn around and say, some bad man will turn around and say, no, sir, you're not getting a penny from me. I'll go to prison and do the 15 years and come out. Tupac was like that. But P.Diddy is a decent guy. He said, all right, I don't want to go to prison because I've got my family. I've got my family, man. I've got my kids to look after. Let me pay you whatever you want because I've got my kids to think about. You understand? Tupac didn't give a fuck. He will go to prison and leave his kids out there starving. You understand? With no money. He's full of shit, Tupac, man. Shit.
I'm a tiger.
He would never put his kids first, Tupac.
I'm a tiger.
But P.Diddy put his kids first. He didn't do that because, oh, he's guilty or not guilty. He did that because he thinks about his children. He's a family man. And his kids come first. So he's not the type of man to say, well, I'm going to give a fuck about my Pitney. He makes decisions that concern his children. So he made a decision to apologize in public to Cassie, big pussy girl Cassie, so that he can be there for his children. You know what I mean? He was considering his children, his family. But Tupac would have never done that. Tupac would have said, hey girl, me I got blood clot prison go sit down for 20 years. You know, I get a blood clot penny from me. And Tupac would have left his children out in the street, starving to death, while he's in prison because he would be too stubborn to apologize or pay a penny. You understand? But it shows that P.Diddy has got a good heart. He's quite soft in a ways because he apologized. So you won't get that from Tupac. I know for a fact. I don't know Tupac personally, but I've been out with a guy just like Tupac, and you would never get that from him. He will go to prison and sit down there, even if it takes 15 years. He don't give a fuck. He's not gonna pay no money and he's not gonna apologize. Them kind of man there. But P.Diddy is a different cut. He's a different cut of man, and he thinks about his children and his family. He considers them. You know what I mean? So he agreed to pay the big dirty pussy girl there. Will come in and thief out him money. She was a thief. She's a burglar. She premeditated and pre-planned to come in his life and rip him off and rinse him out. You understand? That's why he gave her 2 clap in her boat clap, because she was a thief. You know what I mean? All in the handbag when he clap her in the corridor. You know what I mean? She probably had his gold jewelry in her fucking handbag. She probably thieved it out of the bedroom when she was sneaking out of the house and thieved out his jewelry. Because remember, she was going initially, she was just walking out, so she was broke. So she probably went in his bedroom and thieved out his gold chains and his Rolex watches so she can sell them until she put in a compensation claim so she'll have some money in the meantime. She's a thief. That's probably why he gave her 2 kick and 2 clap and he grabbed back the bag. Have you noticed? He picked up the bag and grabbed it back, the plastic bag. Now what was in the plastic bag? Nobody's mentioning this. She was thieving out his Rolex watches and his jewelry while she had come out of the blood clot yard. And I mean, so just like South Africa, Haiti, Zimbabwe, they had to apologize to their thief, their burglars, their rapists, their pedophiles, their murderers, and pay them compensation. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.